All right, welcome everyone to the Captive Desk growth bubbles. The Captive Desk After Party. Let's see, I got that one right that time.
Boy, that Dr. Pepper really screwed you up.
Went straight to his
It
head.
certainly did. Just what the doctor ordered. Yeah. I'll just stop right now. All right, so far with us in here tonight in the after party, we have, of course, the guest of honor there, Mr. Dave, aka the Captive Desk. Of course, my co-host and
Thank you.
well, normally I always introduce the guest first, right?
Yeah.
Of course, the other half of the show, Mr. Mikey Famine, is also with us, and also the lovely Stephanie Helms is with us. The not as lovely as Stephanie, but still lovely Michael Earhart is with us. We got the flat Earth debunking fella, Mr. Red's Rhetoric, is also with us, and my brother from the other coast, Mr. Canadian Allman, is with us. And I just noticed that
Mr. Rhetoric is teed up for one of these fine expositions.
Yes, Reds is actually going to be the guest on the show next weekend. And someone else that just popped into the chat, I'm trying to get lined up for possibly the following Saturday, but I'm going to do a Lego stream on the following Saturday. So the one after that, we can hold for you if you like their How to Rule an Asteroid. If you want to do the show on that day. Yeah, and then that'll take a little stress off me because it's been getting a lot harder to get people to agree to come on here for whatever reason.
That would be the 13th of July.
That'll be the 13th, correct? Yes.
I'm of the opinion, Neil, that there's only 700 atheists, so there's only about 30 left.
Yep. And all the rest of us are just sock accounts.
It's all sock accounts because clearly, if you're an atheist, you would have come on the show already. But since we're finding it hard to get the funnel to capture the last few in the net, it must be it. There must be no more.
Well, it is summertime too, and people do holidays and go away and stuff like that too. So I find it's usually harder to land people for the show during this time of year, anyways.
That's honestly most of it. Once you little heathens get trapped back indoors by your weather, you're all ours.
Yeah, so How to Rule an Asteroid is going to be in Kentucky that weekend, so we'll have to arrange maybe another weekend. We've lost Ollie. Uh-oh. Is there another one of those freak fucking storms on the East Coast that's taking him out? Is that what's going on?
No.
The freak storm of him hitting F5 on accident.
Maine is still extant, unless there's something very odd going on further down east.
Something crazy going on that island.
We're gonna get a break from the heat, so I'm looking forward to that. It's been terrible this week.
Yeah, it's been hot here too, but it's raining today, but it's still fucking hot. So,
well, there's a nice breeze today, so it wasn't bad today. But after Tuesday, we're supposed to be back down around 80 Fahrenheit, which is where we should be.
80.
98 is too much.
Can I poll the audience real quick?
Ask them.
NBC Sports, everybody knows them. They're doing like the pre-Olympic coverage and stuff like that. Here's my gripe, and let me know if you can guess what it is. This is the name of the video. Caleb Dressel glides to 100-meter butterfly win at U.S. Olympic swimming trials. NBC Sports. Like, how much other detail do you want to put in the goddamn title of a sports video? Like, seeing who wins is kind of the fun of it, you know? Like, I don't want to just watch him win. I want to see who wins. That's why I clicked the... Am I wrong here? Am I crazy? No?
It should say spoiler alert.
The whole thing, before you even know what you're reading. He wins. Oh. Well, I don't know if I want to watch it now.
You've ruined the fun.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Baby racing?
I'm just saying, like, when they put the entire who won the race in the title of the video, what's kind of the point of watching the video?
Oh, I see. I
I
see.
think it's really.
You kind of told me who won.
I think it's really kind of weird that the sailing events are in Marseille, which is all the way across the country rather than Paris. I would have thought that they would be closer. But
To Paris?
Yeah.
Well, they
We
did
gotta-
weird shit like that when we had the Olympics here in Vancouver. They did weird shit like that too. Some of the Olympics were up in Whistler Village, which is way up the highway, and some of it
Yeah.
was down in the city. Some
Is
of
that
it was
Winter
in
Olympics?
the suburb. Yeah, winter. Yeah.
yeah.
He's north of the wall.
Well, sailing they
The
need a
ice wall?
sailing venue, but and they're not going to be racing sailboats on the Seine. But there are places closer by. Just okay, Marseille, why not? Let's do that. More fun in the Mediterranean.
Yeah. We used to have a thing here in Vancouver that we used to call the bathtub races. People would literally take bathtubs and turn them into little boats, and they'd go from Vancouver over to Victoria or Nanaimo. I can't remember which one it was, but they many of them sunk, so they had to be rescued.
Of course. Well, you got to put the plug in for Christ's sake.
Right. That's right. That's what Lachlan said.
The plug!
Right. But they were a lot of fun. And
They're-
people used to go out.
Yeah.
We used to go out in our boat and watch them and drink and have a hoot. But they stopped doing them, I guess, because
Sounds perfect.
a lot of bathtubs at the bottom of the channel. So
What goes on here? Is that a launch? Is it launching right now?
Oh, absolutely not. No, that's footage I captured. It's a streak shot, so it's going to trace the path of the rocket as it continues on.
I'm like, I know this dude did not join the after party at the damn Cape. I was like, this dude's too much.
No, I'm not at the Cape right now. I am comfortably at home, out of the weather.
Yeah.
oh, get shit weather there right now.
We are always getting shit weather. It is what it is. But it's good to be home. It's good to be inside, out of the elements, because I'm a bit of a pansy when it comes to the elements. I hate mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are bad.
Oh,
And
They're an
also,
endangered species.
of course, you know what? They can be even more endangered as far as I'm concerned. They suck.
yeah.
Lilo and Stitch taught me
literally.
that they are endangered.
Yeah, but basically all this video is simply a layered shot where it's allowing each frame to blend into the frame afterwards, and you can see the rocket being traced in the image. So that's basically all this is. It's just going to be on loop right now. I figured it would be interesting to show. Other than that, it's just going to keep going around and around in circles. But yes, I did get home, and there was a package at my door. So, Mikey, I do want to say thank you very much for sending me that. I did receive your gift, and I do want to say thank you for sending me the flavored variety.
You're welcome.
Well, so we're bribing our guests to come on now. Is that what's going on?
I don't have to disclose anything without a subpoena.
I don't think we want to disclose this. If you guys want more information, you will have to subscribe to my OnlyFans.
I will not.
This is getting hurt.
Ollie's like, some mysteries will never be solved.
That's right.
I'm thinking that music you heard when you caught your dad watching Emmanuel. And when you sang that music,
I have that on my soundboard.
Rent ain't gonna pay itself.
I'll just Google it in a month. Somebody else will have watched it and posted it by then.
It's just pictures of my feet, guys. Don't worry.
Oh boy. Well, now I gotta see it.
No.
if I did that, people would think I was a hobbit.
I was like, when did Frodo start? Oh man,
when did he get an only?
that guy.
And I wanted to mention Stephanie joined us for a Grassman Chronicles episode on sea monsters because she was our guest expert on ships at sea. So we had her on to talk about sea monsters. It was a good time.
Awesome.
Is there a sea Sasquatch? Is there like a water variant? Like
No, but
part manatee.
There
one of the questions that
There's
come up.
Leviathan. I don't know if Leviathan you could call it the
Yeah.
Bigfoot of the sea, but
Nah.
If I pick a cryptid that could be real or something, it'd probably be something like a giant octopus or something like that. At the
There are
bottom
giant
of-
squids.
right? So something like that at the bottom of the ocean or something would be more likely than a lot of the other claims.
There was a recent update on the movie monsters such as Godzilla and King Kong. Apparently, they engaged in a rap battle recently, and it was epic. It was absolutely epic.
Wait, hold it. Kong and Godzilla did a rap battle?
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck me. I got to see this.
It was awesome. I mean, the amount of jabs, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. They did not pull any punches on this one.
I have got to see this, and I got to tell my roommate she'll love it.
I saw the original King Kong at the library movie hour on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah.
That was the way we used to see movies.
Well, now I see movies strictly through clips on YouTube because
Yeah.
I'm uncultured and I don't want to pay for anything to do with Netflix or Disney Plus. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get bits and pieces here and there, and then I'll painstakingly piece them together to watch the movie using clips on YouTube.
Libraries didn't just have books. They had movies and stuff too, right?
Music.
So as the movies would go around, they would have showings. And one week, my mom says, "Hey, the library's having King Kong. You want to go?" And it's like, yeah, heck yeah, I want to go see King Kong.
What are you nuts?
Yeah, the original
Ready right now.
1930s King Kong at the library. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, man.
It was a good time.
So cheesy, though. So, the stop motion that they used to do. You remember, was it Harryhausen or what?
Harryhausen.
What the hell? Yeah. Used to do all the stop motion, like Jason and the Argonaut type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that stuff was real, dude. I thought that shit was real. I was like, a skeleton with a sword.
Oh, those movies were great too. Well, your Loch Ness monster sightings all became very similar to the dinosaur plesiosaur looking thing they had in the King Kong movie in 1930s. By coincidence, Nessie started looking just like the thing they saw in the movie. So.
Oh, what'd you expect with that original picture? It turned out to be a little motorized thingy, but
Who knew that they actually based their made-up thing on something that was real? Who knew?
Oh,
yeah.
Betty and Barney Hill abduction too. Their story was very similar to a Outer Limits episode that was on. And,
I remember that. I remember those. There used to be like perennial late night radio guests on, all those weird late night radio things.
So, a lot of these things seem to coincide with what's in the media, and it's obviously been implanted in people's psyches.
Fuck yeah!
Clash of the Titans with the big fucking dude, the big statue dude.
I saw that.
That was
I saw that at the drive-in.
Oh, that must have been terrifying. I go all in when it's like shitty animation. My imagination goes insane, and I am immersed. The better your graphics get, the quicker I can fall out of it. If it's really shitty, I'm fucking there, dude.
We had a station wagon. We had a station wagon, so my dad was all about going to the drive-in. So it was a cheap, night's entertainment, and we could throw all the stuff in the back. The seats folded every which way, in the station wagons.
Oh, yeah, the rumble seats in the back, the pop-up.
Yeah, you could look out the back window. Yeah.
I used to sit on the
station
roof.
wagons.
I saw a lot of Disney movies like Apple Dumpling Gang and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Those are all at the drive-in.
Thanks, Reggio.
The new one. The new Godzilla versus King Kong. The best monster in that entire movie was actually Mechagodzilla. Thing looks menacing AF. And
it was awesome.
Actually, hang on. Let me do this. Boom. There we go. Let's show this right here. Now you can see like the normal Godzilla looks pretty boss, pretty like pissed off and angry and like I'm about to absolutely murk the shit out of you. Whereas you look at Mechagodzilla, who's popping out of this mountain, it's like glowing red, electricity all over. This dude went Super Saiyan 2. Okay. And
Gohan.
and then after and then yep, absolutely murking shit. It is awesome. And the best part about it is that after Mechagodzilla looks at regular Godzilla, it does this electronic tone thing, and it's literally dun dun dun. I mean, look at those eyes. It's just murder all over the place. And not only does it have the ability to spit a laser out of its mouth, it has fucking missiles and shit. I mean, yes, Godzilla's great, but this has missiles and shit. Now, what if I told you that missiles weren't the only thing it has? Oh, no, that's only the beginning. Because after this body slam right here, look at this. It has jetpacks. It has fucking jetpacks.
The Boba Fett.
I'm loving this. You know, it's great. I think, and electric punches, because why not? And then, long enough arms to do, that.
Scratch itself.
Like I said, Mechagodzilla is the shiznit right now, and it is more maneuverable. It's glowing red, and red is my favorite color for no reason whatsoever. And
would never have guessed.
He's biased. He's biased. He's part of Deep Red.
It's part of the red state right there.
The Red Collective.
It's awesome. That's true. I love everything about it.
Godzilla has Ghidorah's brain, and it takes that dude to manipulate him too. I think he's got to sit inside no.
Yeah, there's a co-pilot thing. And a short circuit happens or something, and then Ghidorah takes complete control and be like, "Oh, this is the SOB that like murdered me, and now I have this robot body. Oh, damn." That's when all hell breaks loose, and it's great. I love it. Love everything about it. And also because it is red. And let's face it, I'm not saying red is the superior color, even though it is. But,
Weakest light.
Swede wants to know you're from Nebraska?
Red is from Nebraska? I absolutely not. No, I'm from Florida, dude.
I think that's the opposite of Nebraska.
Man.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Tampa, and I'm not in Florida anymore, unfortunately, which sucks ass, but whatever. I'm currently in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
Which is a delightful town.
Boston.
I'm in Boston, where the potholes are the size of the Grand Canyon. And
that's right.
Yeah, it's like there's people with signs on the back of their cars that says "not drunk, dodging potholes."
Well, yeah.
Good excuse.
What are you talking about? That's my hometown. I learned how to drive there.
Ossifer.
Ben Affleck sightings.
Yeah,
we're really good at evading things then.
In Florida, we're super spoiled. We have perfectly smooth roads. It's awesome. It's just that sometimes, and it's very, very rare that this happens, but sometimes the temperature does get below 70, and then we immediately crumble.
Yep.
There's no wild boars in Boston.
Oh yeah.
I got to say one thing about the sand, the potholes.
Let me just say,
I understand that in Boston they might be bad, but I live on a sandbar. The potholes here are the worst anywhere. The roads are every year. The roads just move constantly. With the frost every year, they move up and down 6-7 inches, and they just break into pieces.
I can understand that. And Mikey, you are absolutely correct there. The lack of boars is definitely a nice touch. But in fairness, I did get free bacon out of that deal.
Yeah.
Oh, this is true too. Go to Montreal.
Go to Montreal.
Lots of
Montreal's
fucking
not as
potholes
bad as here. Montreal is not nearly as bad as here.
I'm sorry you guys have to deal with these things.
I've been to Canada, so it wasn't that bad. Although, my goodness,
Mikey's streaming the StreamYard link in
the
Hey, good evening.
Oh, he's got it.
Hello, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Dave?
Doing good, thanks.
Having a good time with Neil, Mikey, and the gang, I see.
Yep, good time.
Hi, Steph.
Bex, what's up? You're not wearing your tie.
I could put on a tie.
Tux was stood in on my one Grassman show too when I had some
Are you going to tie that?
technical
Sure.
difficulties.
Full screen.
I think we've got it. I think
Full
we've got
screen.
a bow tie tying.
Oh wait, hang on. I'll get rid of that so that we can actually see how
I gotta
people
see
tie
this.
ties.
Let me get the.
Well, this is a
Tying-
bow tie. This is
Yeah, he's
different.
tying a bow tie.
I think I'll go make a Mai Tai.
I know how to do the regular. This will be a lesson.
Get rid of the headphone wire. It's interfering. That's what I'm going to blame.
Tons of mice. Get ready to clip this. This is
Here,
educational.
let me change camera angles. It might
Look at this guy.
it might be a little better.
So let's go to camera 7. Maybe that one's a better angle.
Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Just do a sweeping pan shot. He's got a
Jeez.
filter on it. I'm dead.
Jeez, I gotta say that is
She was a
nice-
professional.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jimmy, your audio is like still,
Butter. Butter.
Why, thank you.
it's and what kind of headphones are those?
You know what? Me
Brown one.
something. I bought them in London. I was just walking by this headphone shop. I didn't even know it existed. It's one of the coolest things. It's since gone out of business since I bought it, you know.
Oh man.
So you take a side, throw it over your shoulder. You take this. This is going to be the forming the top of the bow. You can do this just like that. You pinch this together. You take this side. You put your thumb right through the middle, and there's a hole right there. If it's a little resistant,
Neil.
you feed it through on that side right there. Like so. You can have it nice there. Like that. We're almost done. We're going to
I
pop it
would've
just a
been
little
done.
bit. I'm going to take this side. I'm going to pull it out. Keep in mind, I'm doing this on a reflection on the mirror. Cinch it like so. And
I heard the pull-out method doesn't really work though.
And you
Now-
look nothing like Tucker Carlson.
now I'm now I look like a bald
Bill Nye would be proud.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
No, screw Tucker. Bill Nye has the trademark on bow ties.
Okay.
Yes, Bill Nye does have the trademark, and also
Yes.
Bill Nye for president.
Yes.
Nye
Bill
Tyson.
Nye for president.
Nye Tyson
McKinnon
24.
said start over. I missed it.
Yeah.
Would-
Also, Mikey, you did say that, but Bill Nye doesn't want the job, and my response is ask me if I care.
Yeah, you know what? We need to stop giving our leaders choices sometimes.
Yeah, be
Just-
like, hey, Bill Nye, guess what? You got the job, but I don't want it. Oh, too bad.
I don't remember us. I don't remember us asking you.
I have
Yeah.
always said the guy that raises his hand for the job shouldn't get the job. The reluctant, the guy fighting, no, I don't want the job.
God,
Jimmy, there's a question for you in the chat there. London, Ontario.
No, London to England. I can't remember if I was in. I can't remember. I was close to Mayfair, and I may have been into. I don't remember King's Cross. I don't remember. It was a shop. It was only like 3 feet wide on one end and like 2 feet wide on the other. It was kind of shaped like a wedge. And it was just a wall of headphones. It had about, 16 to 20 headphones hanging on the wall. It wasn't very big. It looked like it was, when you walk down Park Avenue and you see like Macy's or, the storefronts that used to, draw you in.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
Well, you're looking for a place called Yeho Fuchs.
yeah.
You got and a big dish of
Feed on
pork
chow
chow
mein.
mein.
Yeah.
Yes,
I just need-
I
just
was.
got there
I mean, ow!
because they
Big
look fly.
feeding of London.
Yes, I was indeed. And then I happened upon it, and I just tried on a couple, and I think this was the second or third one that I tried on, and I went back to this one and said, this is the one I want. I bought it because all of the materials are basically natural. There's no plastic on it whatsoever. It's all wood and leather and metal.
Because the headphones I'm using
Wait.
are the same ones that 604 is using right now. Same color too.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Same
the skulls.
Yep.
Oh,
Hi,
Bree.
Hey, Bree.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the skulls.
I
This
agree.
is like my fourth start of these things.
Yeah, that's the thing. They for mine, they don't seem to last all that long. The ear cups tend to disintegrate very quickly.
You know, if they could just figure out the
I'm a
cups on
sweaty
these damn
bastard.
things. Yeah, I need some sweat wicking on my ear holes.
Well, basically,
I get the cheap
Don't
ones, and I just when something's wrong, I just chuck them. Get out. I always
It is
have
wicked
another pair,
difficult
or
to figure
I
out
have
cup
another
size
one
might
waiting.
be. I'll give you that.
I always have that pair that's not as bad. And then I just rotate to those for a couple weeks to buy another one.
Yeah.
That's the way it's got to be sometimes because everything's disposable nowadays, which sucks.
Indeed.
But whatever.
I hate that you can't just replace like the cups or replace the speakers or replace they make it impossible.
Mikey, that would make way too much sense. What are you talking about?
These are
You're
like
using that logic thing again.
It would save
these are
too
like
much money.
$15. These are like $15. I had like a $60 pair, and they sucked. So
Has anybody ever heard where the theory of obsolescence started?
what?
Wasn't it to do with light bulbs or something?
Yeah, light bulbs. Yeah, there's one in
Oh,
a
yeah.
Boston. There's one in a Boston fire department that's been lit since the beginning days of light bulbs, and it's never gone out.
What was
They
it
got
like?
a little-
that was
6,
Smithsonian.
something like that.
that's a low voltage though, and it's turned down.
It's
So,
a
but,
light bulb that
yeah.
stayed lit for.
I did hear about the light bulb big meeting where they said our light bulbs are lasting too long.
Let's get together and
So we're gonna have to make that filament a little bit thinner.
We need companies to like push the envelope every now and then, but right now they're making all the wrong decisions. Well, except for Dodge, but Dodge is the only exception. But everyone is no, I'm serious. They're like, okay, Ford. Okay, let's make our Mustang an electric SUV. With Chevy, it's I know. Let's discontinue the Camaro. With Dodge, it's like, okay, what if we put the Hellcat engine in a Durango?
yeah.
What if we put the
Yeah.
Hellcat engine in
I'm all for it.
everything?
In everything, and they say that after railing a line of coke off a stripper's
Whoa,
ass.
whoa. Yeah. Wait a second. So we can put a
That was a
Hellcat engine
Monday.
on anything. So if I want like an adult-sized big wheel, I can put a Hellcat engine on the back of that.
Absolutely.
I think so.
I'm
They,
all
they,
over
they
that.
put the
I don't
Hellcat
see why
engine
not.
in
I will die.
That
I'm all
put it
over
in
How much
SUVs.
is
They
that?
put in 2 different cars. You want a 4-door, you got it. You want a 2-door, you got it. You want a truck, you got it. SUV to carry your kids, you got that too. All with the Hellcat engine.
is it heavy?
Oh, absolutely. Thing's a
Oh, yeah.
beast.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Basically, if you wanted to and you go full speed into a brick wall, you will alter the Earth's rotation.
Look, see, Neil, the Hoonigans, these small channel of lads, they put a Hellcat engine in a Mazda Miata.
Oh my.
And it does
What?
sixth gear
Wow.
burnouts.
6-gear burnouts.
How the fuck did they fit that into a Miata?
Shoehorn.
Melt
I
tires.
mean, the
A
hood,
little spit.
the hood is more of a suggestion than a hood.
I think all this car technology is really impeding our tube technology. We need the tube technology already.
Pneumatic
Everything's
tube.
going.
I mean, like we put the notes and they go, "Ploop," that thing.
Yeah, except
Can we
we
do that
flying in
place to
it.
place?
Except for you put Neil in there and you shoot him off to the chemistry lab to work that day.
Oh, dude, you could be to work in 35 seconds.
Huh,
With
you would
that
be a
Philly
pancake when
coffee.
you got there, but you could be there in 35 seconds.
Well, you slow him down before he gets there.
Easy,
The
folks.
best
I'm
part
working
about
on
it is
portable
it's the
Stargates.
acceleration that's going to get them.
Here's the best part about this. In one of their vehicles, it has, and I kid you, one of their vehicles actually has air conditioning. Now you may think to
What the
yourself,
fuck?
why is that such a big deal? It's not for you, dummy. It's for the supercharger. They call it the power chiller. You can be sweating, but your engine temps are going to be nice and cool with that incoming boosted air. It can drop temps in the supercharger by 40 degrees, and the passenger seat is optional.
What is this word passenger?
Yes, exactly. It's like, oh, you mean more weight to slow me down? Absolutely not.
See,
Yeah.
this This guy put a demon engine in his
Hey,
golf
Dave.
cart.
Yes.
My seats in my vehicle have air conditioning built into them, so I kind of
Yeah.
like that.
You have butt vents.
Air conditioned seats.
Yeah.
I do.
I will say the
My wife's
axe
car
killers
does.
are really nice. They're really, really nice. Especially during swamp ass season. Oh, excellent.
That's
Oh,
why
man,
I got it.
It's
I
true.
hate that shit.
You get stuck
Steph-
behind a train or something.
I want to compliment
be
Steph's fade
30
in, by the way.
Oh,
That's top
yeah.
shelf. Oh, she rises and she can levitate.
Yeah.
It could be like,
That's
well, for
one
you
of her
guys, it'd be
powers.
like 85 degrees
Perfect
outside, and my mom would still want me to turn the heat on her side when I take her out. So it's cold. My
Oh,
legs are cold.
someone-
Well,
You can always tell when Stephanie's been out racing because she comes back red. She only stays red for a couple days though.
Robster red.
How'd
You're
you? We
muted,
can't hear you,
Steph.
Steph. But how'd you do in your race?
hey, Fern.
Howdy, Fern.
Didn't today. Didn't race today.
When's your
Oh, here
race?
we go.
I thought you had a race this weekend.
We were supposed to race.
Nice.
We were supposed to race today, but there was no wind and it was raining, and it was like, why?
What if you put a motor on the sailboat? So when
Well,
there's no
then it
wind-
wouldn't be sailboat.
Hellcat.
It wouldn't
Put a
be
Hellcat
sailboat
in there.
racing now, would it?
What about
Motorboat
touching
racing.
the
Different
Hellcat?
deal.
Jet boat
Probably,
racing.
you could probably fit 2 Hellcats in there.
One on either side. Jesus.
Well, you know, I'm thinking maybe I might want to start up those bathtub races again and use one of the Hellcat.
Put a Hellcat in
yeah.
the
One of the-
bathtub.
On a bathtub.
Put a Hellcat in,
Oh,
in the
Yeah,
bed.
There we go.
You were
Look
talking
at
about
that.
that earlier.
Look at
They
that.
do that with the giant
Beautiful.
pumpkins too. Have you seen that? After the giant pumpkin contests, they grab paddles and they take them down the river in the giant pumpkins.
They fucking float in them. That's
I
awesome.
have not seen that.
Yeah.
Is the demon or the Hellcat the one that's the top?
This is the Dodge Demon, and,
That's the
and I
Demon.
want to be clear: this car is stock. You can buy it from the factory, and it will do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Mhm.
I love it. And the best part is those 2 headlights that aren't on right now. Those are intakes. So it replaced its headlights for a nostril.
Well, it
Yeah,
needs
technically,
like
that's what they would be.
it needs 2 blimps worth of air a second. So
Absolutely, and which is why that hood scoop's as large as it is. And it was like, that's still not enough. Let's have air go through the headlights.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So,
thought
you
yeah,
got the
that
red
is a
key.
stock
The
car,
demon
stock.
is what, 8 something horsepower?
I think it's 840 horsepower.
840, and then a
Jesus
Hellcat with the red
Christ.
key is 920 something.
No, it's
So you've got Genghis
916.
Khan's army under the hood.
Yeah.
is
It has
what's going on
cheetah
there.
nostrils.
Yeah.
With nostrils like a cheetah. Look at that.
It's pretty awesome, and if in my opinion, it's so beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous.
So what are you gonna do about the whole fact that it's slow?
They could
No.
they could send
EV
power to the front tires instead.
The EVs are here. So I love that you guys are, reminiscent about the good old days of combustion engines because that shit is slow nowadays. So
Yeah.
once that new Speedster comes out, it's fuck. Yeah, like all y'all are done.
Well,
Like it's just gonna be the slowest. It's gonna be the fast cars, and then there's gonna be the combustion cars.
I
Well,
have a
that
combustion
is-
car
that
on
is
order
true.
right now.
That is true until it fails to do a software update and it bricks.
until the freaking pedal gets stuck because of his stupid floor mats. Because he's an idiot.
I saw that. That was so stupid.
Why do you
It was
make
like-
a gas pedal? Why do you make a gas pedal that is literally like on the floor and just goes straight up? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't even hang. And they got these floor mats, and then people are like, I can't stop accelerating because the mat
Well,
slides down.
it's the fancy cover they put on it. That's what slide
And
off.
their big fix was to get a 3-cent rivet and to just punch right through the damn thing.
Yeah, where's the screw?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Toyota did that too.
That's what she
I
said.
mean, somebody fucked up, obviously.
what vehicle is this? Is this the Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Cyber urinal.
Bree, check your mic. I think you're on the wrong one.
Oh, probably.
Because I'm like, you sound far away.
They've got pieces of the fender and stuff flapping in the wind on them and everything. They're
The handprints.
They are so cheap. Yeah, you can't wash it. You can't leave it out in the bird poop or anything because it voids the warranty. And it's
why don't
ridiculous.
why do you think that as soon as people are getting this truck that was designed by somebody who only had access to a ruler, they're immediately wrapping it?
Yeah.
They like every single Cybertruck that I have seen on the road. I've seen like 3 or 4 around here in Boston. Every single one of them has been wrapped.
Got to.
Yeah,
it can't get wet.
Otherwise, you're going to ruin the finish. And every single one of them has chose matte black. And by the way, that is the only correct color that truck should be in, is matte black.
I think that's right. I think that's about right.
Yeah, Katy Perry's green one was ugly as hell. I don't know why she picked that color.
Yeah,
Green?
it's my opinion
green.
that if you are going to get this absolutely ugly, just awful truck, you have to get it wrapped. Otherwise, you're going to ruin the finish just by driving it on the road. Just wait until winter gets here and there's salt on the roads. We'll see how that stainless steel really is.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
You are right.
It does kind of remind me of the DeLorean, though, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's what happens when a DeLorean fucks a toaster.
Nice.
Perfect.
Oh, goodness.
Perfect.
It's a DeLorean minus all the
Perfect.
coke and minus all the coke.
Do I
and
sound
fun.
better, Mikey?
Yep.
You do.
Little.
You sound closer.
Yeah.
I'm right here in front of you. So that's just the way.
Every Saturday morning, there's Bree right in front of me.
Yeah, it was a weird one this morning. Yeah, had you ever heard of the Ozark Howler?
The Ozark Howler.
I heard the name, but not the story. I've come across the name.
It's not a thing. It was just made up in the 90s to try to trick cryptozoologist people into publishing about it.
Please come visit Lake of the Ozarks and rent some of our houses, please. Don't you want to see the Ozark Howler? Please come.
They don't really have too much trouble getting people to come down to the Ozark. It's the Ozarks, like the Midwest. It's where poor people go on vacation in the Midwest.
I just took the family to Branson.
Yeah. Oh, Branson. Yeah, that's another destination. That's Missouri. Did you see some shows while you were down there?
How many good shows did you see down in Branson? I hate Branson.
Well, I'm sure they called it the Ozark Howler in the sense of the howler, as in just absolutely improbable joke.
Oh yeah, I don't
know. The stories were all over the place.
Yeah, it was a bear. It was a cat. It was a wolf. It had horns. It was
wolf horns.
Wild.
I think maybe in the fall. I got a couple ideas coming up, but maybe in the fall I think I'm gonna do the New Jersey Devil.
Yeah,
that one looks pretty cool. So. No, we're talking cryptids. Breeze here. We're talking cryptids.
The terror of the Pine Barrens.
That was my joke.
We're kindred spirits. We love our cryptids.
On Nikki's show tomorrow, I'm going to be the skeptic, and they're talking about Bigfoot evolution, and I get to explain to a bunch of hard-nosed, yes, Bigfoot's real type people, a whole panel of them, that an ape was not going to that lives primarily in the forest, because they like this Gigantopithecus theory, is not going to migrate across miles of tundra into North America. I have to explain that. That ecologically, that's not feasible. It's not a thing that we can trace happens. When apes spread to the areas they're in now, all those areas were connected by continuous forest. It's not the same situation at all. The Bering land bridge was never continuous forest.
Right. Who doesn't want to just run out across an open tundra for a year, right? And then you'll just nothing to eat, and then you'll just go to the next place. That's how it works. A few tens of thousands of miles across open tundra, and then you'll get to the Pacific Northwest.
I mean, I started doing that last year. And
Every year.
Yeah, last year I started hiking through the open tundra, and then as I was on my way to said open tundra, I hit a McDonald's drive-thru. I was like, I'm having second thoughts now. So
Did they have vegetarian choices even? Because the Gigantopithecus probably stopped there and was like, "Can I have a mixed salad?" And they didn't even
salad.
have it.
I'm sorry, I don't eat the
Stopped at the
food that my
drive-thru.
food eats.
Well, the Gigantopithecus was a herbivore mostly, so it would have wanted a salad.
Would have wanted a salad.
And they don't get a lot of fresh veg in the tundra. It's
Maybe they surfed on an iceberg.
yeah.
Well, Mikey,
Well, now
when we do eventually meet up and I take you to the Gator National, it's gonna be nothing but burgers and hot dogs, my guy. I am going to get you like so constipated.
Because everyone wants to
Right.
be constipated.
He lives in the
try your-
Chicago area.
Try your worst. I live in Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago dogs are
Cheese
the
and
best.
Cheese and meat are our
the land
specialty.
of the Italian beef. If you can suck down an Italian beef and still keep your constitution for the rest of the week, then you're all right up here.
Their pizza has like 4 inches of cheese on it. You're not going to constipate these people.
Your
Well,
gut
Midwest
is
we're
essentially
different.
made out of platinum at that point.
Like cast iron dissolves inside of us.
Yeah.
We should know it's been in our water for 50 years.
That's how I make my pie. I make deep dish pie, and I pile everything in there.
Mm.
It's one slice pie, and you're done.
The
Thank
big
you for
mushrooms
respecting our
on it.
time.
Mm.
No, I don't do fungus.
Oh, come on. No, gotta put it when you make a deep dish pizza.
I'm
Love
pork.
mushrooms.
I do
Oh, yeah.
pork. I do pepperoni, bacon, ham.
The
Mushrooms.
Boston pizza around here is pretty good. I mean, it is brutal and cheesy. Like I put the juices off of the pizza in the gas tank. It got me 20 miles.
Side note,
Go to
Neil,
Regina's
my-
in the North
my
End.
unfinished-
Lovely.
my unfinished journey. I met him a year ago. He wants to do a story, but he was waiting to have his own channel, which it looks like he does. So you might want to
okay.
talk to him into doing a
Uh,
story.
Look at my Twitter or X at Mikey Famine. The first pinned comment is a calendar. So book yourself a day. And we will get you all sorted.
It was just that easy.
There you go.
Just that easy.
We did that
Oh, what's
for
this now?
you.
Oh,
I like easy.
I did a
Fucking
Halloween special with Neil some years ago, and I dressed up.
Yeah,
like
that was
the
fun.
Misfits. We looked at spiders.
Nice.
that
Remember
was a
that.
fun one.
How about
I have
the
a
new-
black beauty spider now. She's so pretty, right here.
Mine
she's
is still feeding
gorgeous.
right now, actually.
Have
Little
you guys
hopper.
seen the face-size spiders in New York that are gonna make their appearance this year?
The Joro spiders. They're not. There's already a species that we have that's the same size up there. That's the only ones that should be worried about the Joro spiders coming in. They're
Shouldn't be worried
invasive,
anyway.
but they're no worse than clavipes, which we already have. So yeah.
Cancel New York off the bucket list.
Yep. New York quarantined until they deal with their infestation.
Chicago's looking pretty good right now. We don't have face-size spiders.
We don't
We had
have
the,
place to
we had
You
the
really
stink,
do though.
we
What?
had the stink bug invasion a couple years ago, and it was just giving me the creeps.
Oh.
They were everywhere, just climbing
Well-
everywhere. It was,
Ugh.
now that the
The,
populations have leveled out now, but yeah, it was just it was giving me the
The upper
creeps. They were
Midwest-
everywhere. I mean, literally all over the garage, all over the house, on all the windows.
And if you startle them,
everywhere.
oh, they fucking stink.
Yeah, and you can't smack them because they leave a stain everywhere. You know that you have to catch them in a bottle trap and stuff.
No,
They're-
duct tape. I started using duct tape. You just
Duct
walk up
tape.
and then fold the duct tape and throw them out.
and then the
Or
poor
use a cup.
dogs, they thought they were like toys. You know, like when they catch other bugs, and then after a minute, yeah, they must have bit into it, and then they're like, you know. So the dogs
There
weren't happy
seems
either.
to be a down year for brown-tail moths, which have been a bit of a problem. Those things.
Oh,
are-
look
And where's the
this.
cicadas? I haven't seen any. I thought they were
I
supposed to
know.
be everywhere. I haven't
I
seen
keep
any.
pushing my stream back because I want there to be I want to have cicada recordings before I talk about it. Because I'm in the influx zone where both these broods are supposed to meet. So I'm supposed to be able to hear both of them, and I wanted to get recordings of both of them before I did a show on it. And I just keep pushing it back because I haven't heard any.
Is it the heat wave maybe that?
Bree,
It's the insect apocalypse.
I got some stuff from my trip I can send to you when I went down to St. Louis. They're down in Southern. They're weird. Like they're not where well, you know where I live.
Yeah.
None by me.
I know where you live.
On the other side of town, tons of them.
Same
like,
thing
they're
here.
Very, very spotty. Like
Exactly.
I remember before it was an invasion. Like last time, they were all over everything. They're like pocketed, super crazy this time.
So you think about the pollution and the development that's happened in the last 17 years since they brewed it out, right? Only a small percentage of them are going to make it to adulthood, and even those ones, have been sitting down there soaking up heavy metals for over a decade.
Roundup.
Yeah, and they do that. That's what they do when they're in there. They absorb heavy metals from the environment, and it's not great for them. So I'm hoping that we get more up here, but I'm kind of disappointed so far. July is usually when the cicadas really kick up, but generally I think we have them by now, at least the regular seasonal ones. But
it was we went down to the Cahokia Mounds, and like all of that is reserve. You know what I mean? So there's they're barely even mowing over there, and the mosquitoes show it, and it was all flooded and all that.
Exterminate all the mosquitoes.
The noise.
You jinxed me with that. There's been one flying around in here.
It was like
Don't
panorama.
go to Saskatchewan.
Like it felt like it was right behind. Like there were so many down there. And I was like, well, they're out down here, and they were all at my family members' houses and stuff like that. Came back up here. I was like, well, I had 3 little shells come out that were stuck on the tree by us, and that was it. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with.
I think last year the mayflies all came way into town. Usually they stay east of us, right by the lake. And yeah, they came into town. They were all over the front of my house, all over my porch lights and everything. If you don't know about the mayflies, they hatch out of the water and they're just everywhere by Lake Erie every year. Some years they almost get dangerous because they're just all over the roads and stuff.
You can't see.
Yeah, they're only out for like a couple of days. They do their
they're all
thing
over the roads. They're what, terrible drivers?
They love the gas stations.
They're avoiding potholes.
They love the gas stations with all the lights. The gas stations are like, it's gross trying to get gas. They're just everywhere.
Reminds me of Cape Canaveral during a rocket launch.
It's like a 1950s movie, you know what I mean? The mayflies, and they're just everywhere, and you're like, ah!
It's why we really need lightsabers.
So earlier, Fern Lovebond put a link in the chat earlier when we were talking about the Cybertrucks, and this is what the link was. I'll just show you right here. And it's perfect for Pride Month. I think Elon would blow a gasket if he saw that.
That is
cool.
I fully believe that no color can make that truck look good.
Right.
Honestly,
100% right.
I get that it's a rainbow for Pride, but as soon as I saw that, I thought Polaroid.
Polaroid?
Yep.
It looks just
Polaroid
like
logo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean,
that spectrum is like perfect for the way that they did it for them.
Yeah, but I still think that truck is an abomination.
Yeah,
you see that?
It is.
I would agree.
No way to make it look good.
There's no way to make that truck look good. It's like, what were they thinking? It's like it was sketched out by some 4th grader using a ruler only. It was like,
it's like low poly. It's like a low poly freaking.
Yeah, it's like it hasn't finished rendering yet.
It's like this is the first. They did the first draft, and they're like, "Yeah, that's good. Let's go with that."
Wait! I wasn't done. I wasn't done. That's not the right email. I sent you the draft. Oh shit!
It's already
that was just the schematics with the measurements on
it's already in cooling.
Elon surrounded Elon's surrounded by yes men. Nobody dares tell him that his idea is stupid. You know.
Yeah, because
Except
then
for
they'll
his
immediately
wives.
get fired. I remember
Yeah.
one video where
Hey,
they
Brandon?
opened the door and they were like peeling
put the
carrots and
link on there
cucumbers
for
and
him.
shit off the side of the door.
Yeah.
And then what was it? They
And don't get your finger in the self-closing
Oh my
hood.
God.
and
yeah,
stuff
one guy
either.
actually broke his finger
Take
trying
care,
to
Brandon.
demonstrate that it's safe, and he broke his finger in it.
Stupid.
It's like, wow. And this week's winner of the Dumbass Award.
Clearly, that
Well,
motherfucker
and-
has never tried to close the trunk of an old Cadillac. and
Somebody's
heard
trying to
that
dethrone me?
clacking.
And then he wants
Once
to
you hear
put
that
bulletproof glass in them when your last resort is always to, to get out of a vehicle is to break the window, right? If you go in the
So-
water or if the electronics fail or whatever, that's how you get out of the car. And then
Safety
Elon
feature.
wants to, your last resort, he wants to make indestructible. So you're trapped in that car and you can't get out no matter what.
Well,
I
now
have
there's
a-
actually a
he's an
recall
idiot.
on the glass. There's actually a recall on the glass. Last I heard, because guys would just be driving down the highway, no rocks hitting it, nothing touching the glass whatsoever. It would just pop.
Nice.
So
It's because
I have a
everything's so
question.
cheesy. It's so cheesy. It's probably moving around and stuff.
I have a question about that steering wheel, though. Did they? Because it looks like this. You know the arcade games that they used to have, the racing games, the little steering wheels that you'd have in those.
Mhm.
It looks like one of those. Did he? Is that standard on the Cybertruck, or are these
Yes.
guys getting
They
that?
they changed it.
Now here's how the steering works, because it's actually different. There's actually no physical connection between the steering wheel and the front wheels. What it's actually
excellent.
doing is that it turns an electric motor, which is acting as a sensor, and different electric motors actually turn the wheels. It's called steer by wire, and it's not actually active until the car is on, which means the very moment you have a battery fault, you lose all steering and crash your truck.
Wow.
That's
They might
that
have
is
two
pretty
Joy-Cons.
fucking
smart
dumb.
engineering right there. I tell you.
Yeah, because in a normal car, you'll just lose your power steering, but you can still steer the thing with a little bit of force, a little bit of effort. With this, you're completely screwed.
Wow.
Listen, it's not like it's 6,000 pounds and goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So there's nothing to worry about.
And
It's just
and
a
then they said,
battering
okay,
ram.
so and it's also a variable. So basically, there is no end over end steering. So you can turn it 90 degrees and you're at full lock. Turn it 90 degrees in the other direction, you're at full lock. But on the highway, the ratio changes in real time. So it's more fine-tuned at higher speeds and it's more aggressive at lower speeds. And that means absolutely nothing to me. Why would I want that?
It's just make it a learning curve to learn how to steer it. at
How to
different-
steer it takes a learning curve, exactly. And then they
Yeah.
said, oh, you know that thing that's usually in front of drivers called a gauge cluster? Yeah, you're not important enough to have one of those. So everything's on this one screen that if it goes out, you're not going to have AC, you're not going to have your speedometer, you ain't going to have your maps or your radio, you ain't going to have nothing.
Yep.
And you
That's
got
right.
and you got to look over to the middle all the time. It's not heads up. Yeah.
It's like, oh, where do I
Other
need to
safety
look for my
features.
speed? Oh, there it is over there.
Yeah, let me touch the
Oh.
screen while I'm driving so I can get the right. Yeah, it's
I do that.
I don't want to give Tesla any credit here, but in fairness, I have a Mini Cooper and my speedometer's in the middle. So that's
Yeah, and they're wrong too.
listen. It's cute.
Mine's right in front of me,
It's cute
So.
when we do it. They're just wrong.
but
cute
it's still
when
on
we
a
do
screen,
it.
I have a
on a
big.
touch screen.
Your tack is right in the front.
With the
Yeah, whatever you want,
Cybertruck,
I
there's
guess.
also one other major design flaw with it, and that's the little cover that goes over the back of the truck. That cover actually blocks your rear window, so you can't see out the back with the rear view mirror at all.
of
So
course not.
it defaults to a camera view,
Little
which
camera,
is
yeah.
again on the center screen.
Wow.
So you have to look at the center screen for your speed, your maps, your radio, and even your rear view mirror.
Just drive backwards.
Yeah, just drive backwards.
Well, I have a little camera for when you back up. It puts a little backup camera thingy on there.
When you backing that
which I
thing
never
up?
use because I've never needed one. Like I'm born in '66. I'm old school, right? So no car have I've ever had backup cameras. So I
We
use
used
the
to stick
mirrors.
Polaroids.
Like fucking pot.
We used to stick Polaroids on the back of cars. Then you get out and you pull a little strip to see if somebody's behind you.
It would take so long. You have to blow on it. Just stick it. Yeah. Come on. I'm gonna be late for work.
In my opinion, if you wanted a good truck, get a TRX.
Tacoma.
A Tacoma's a good reliable truck, but if you want a good fast truck, get a TRX.
Don't they have a crazy? It's the crazy Tacoma.
I'm gonna jump off and do a live stream for my for BS, by the way. So,
Oh, all right.
I scheduled one earlier today, and I was like, oh,
I thought you put the bow tie on for me.
I
Here,
did.
you put
I put it in
on
view.
for
I'm going to take it
BS.
off for this live stream. I'm definitely not going to wear a bow tie. Soil the thoughts and prayers for Dave. Hell no.
Yeah,
Oh, we got another
I've had
1966er in the chat. Hey, Kurt.
I've had
how you doing?
Stephanie, Jimmy, and Bree on the Grassman channel. So
Yes, validation.
There you go.
you're in the club.
I haven't been on. And I even look like a Bigfoot.
Oh, well,
You.
next time, I'll put out the feelers when I need a guest host and on what I'm covering. I'll let you know.
Okay, sounds good. I like having fun with that kind of shit.
And Neil, when are you coming down to Florida so we can see a rocket?
I wish. The next trip I'm doing is to Sarnia, Ontario for the Baja Con. So I can see all my friends
you
like
gotta
on.
come to Florida.
I know I want to, but I haven't been to Florida
CT
since I was like 7 years old, man. So
Yeah, it's time
This is
to get back
I
here.
totally want to see that shit.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I can take it to this place called the Saturn V Center to a Feel the Heat event where you'll only be like 2 miles away from the rocket as it's taking off. Hear the vibration, feel the compressions in your chest. It's awesome.
Got the
love
Walt
it.
Disney,
Already.
got the Walt Disney
Already.
sticker on it from when I was a kid and went to the haunted house.
Whoa.
Still got my skull. Still got my. This thing's got to be 50 years old.
Damn.
Well, every other kid in the place was wearing Mickey ears, and what did my fucking mom pick up for us with the fucking Donald Duck hats that squeaked?
I got a skull. I got a skull.
Don't worry. If you guys want souvenirs, I can get you some souvenirs. And 64, we can get you like some SpaceX merch. We can get some NASA merch. I'll get you a hat. It'll be awesome. It'll be great. And then you can wear it on stream, show it. I'll be like, hey, guess what Red's got for me? Did he get you anything? No, didn't think so. And
Do nothing.
it'll be great.
Look what I
You can brag about it and everything. And like I said, as long as you follow the 3 rules, we'll be fine.
What are the
Not
3
that it
rules?
matters a whole hell of a lot, but the body of water that the sailing photo is on is Biscayne Bay. So that was in 2019, which I think was that the last time I was in Florida. I think it might have been.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye,
Dave,
Jimmy.
congratulations.
Bye,
Good
Jimmy.
to see you and Mikey and a fellow Chicagoan and Neil. I might be at Baja Con. I'd put it at like a 60-40, 40%
good.
chance I might make it. So
I'll be there.
Maybe. I'll see
I already
you.
got my
Maybe get to
hotel,
meet you
tickets,
again.
everything. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Cheers, all.
Good to see you, Tim.
Cheers.
Well,
Right,
God
Tim.
bless.
Jeez.
God bless.
And Neil, we would go to the visitors complex. You can see Atlantis, and like I said, merch out the ass. But yes, as long as you follow the 3 rules, we'll be fine.
I need to know what the 3 rules are, though.
Oh, okay. Rule number 1: you have to eat what I feed you, and it's gonna be very, very good food. It's gonna be good eating, left, right, and
Well,
center. It's
then
gonna be really,
Don't
really
worry about that.
And rule number 2: we have to have at least 1 live stream at the launch site, and you can act as my co-host during one of these rocket launches. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And rule
Down with
number
that.
3: no less than 90% of the time, I get to be the big spoon.
Drives a hard bargain, Neil.
I'm yeah, that's fine. It's fine. I'm all right with that.
It better be fine. But yes, it would be awesome because I know some people, and all they have to do is make a few phone calls, and we can go on base and go straight to the Saturn V Center and get really close to launch complex.
Wow.
Have you been to, Reds, have you been to Huntsville?
I'm gonna make
Huntsville?
this shit happen now.
No, I haven't.
They have
Mom,
they
I
have
want
a
to go to
Saturn.
Florida. Give me some money.
They have a Saturn V there.
Yes, the Saturn
In
V Center
the
also
whole
has
thing.
one, and they're it's like if you go there and you see the like, wow, that's amazing, and then you got to think to yourself, well, Starship is bigger.
Right. Neil,
Brandon, I put the link right here. At least I thought I
Christ,
did.
Brandon, the link is in the chat for fuck's sake.
Scroll
Right.
around, dude. It's up
Right
there.
Well, no, I just put it again. Unless it doesn't
There you
work.
go, right there. You can
No,
come on
you're
in and
mine.
say hi.
I want to go to Huntsville. There's a full rocket that they never used, and I want to go look at it. For a long time.
My friend Amy is a fire prevention engineer at Kennedy Space Center, and it's a pretty fucking cool dream job if you want to have one.
Where's Kennedy at? Houston?
No, Kennedy
Canaveral.
is
Cape
Florida.
Canaveral.
Yeah, Cape Canaveral, Florida. And what I'm thinking is
I have my own
604,
space station
Mikey.
right here.
There you go. So I was thinking 604 and Mikey, both of y'all come down at the exact same time. Now it would be a party.
I have a baby.
Bring the baby with
Bring
you.
the baby. Babies like rockets.
Have you tried
Baby's not
bringing
stapled
babies
to you.
anywhere?
But
Babies
Mike,
like extraordinarily loud noise.
Loud noises.
Come
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
She would. She is my baby. Like,
but
She
Mikey,
loves loud
here's the
shit.
thing. I understand it would be a burden, but I want you to understand that it would be your burden, and so I'm okay with
I did not consider that.
it. Yeah, see,
not-
look at me.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
Look at me thinking ahead. See,
Hi,
you're
Brandon.
like, oh, I have this problem, but that's your problem. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right.
I see. It seems like there's going to be a lot of work to be done, but I don't have to do it. So let's do the thing with the work. That's
all I have to do is pose for pictures and then immediately hand the baby back.
Mhm.
Be like, okay, I'm done. It's yours.
Good one, Dave. Simply secular Dave.
I just want to give everybody a quick baby update. The baby had her appointment. She's doing great. And her new favorite show is How It's Made.
Really?
Mhm.
And a boy.
Yeah.
She's watching
And
all
they're
of
on the
the
good
cool
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
It's better than fucking Baby Shark. I can tell you that.
I used to get so baked and stay up like out for what they used to play them back to back, and I would just watch them forever.
Dude, my mind unraveled
That's
when
how
they
you
made a
make a
tennis
guitar pick.
or a tennis racket. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
what is this? Look at this wizardry. It's amazing.
I see Native Atheist in the chat there. I told him all about Bigfoot. So you know.
Okay, so Okay, so here's what
and a fedora.
Here's what I actually look like. Okay, imagine what would happen if you had a drunk three-way between Bill Nye, Will Ferrell, and a potato.
Goodness.
I'm picturing it.
Yes, that is what I look like,
I don't
especially the
wish
potato
to
bit.
What kind of potato?
Oh, dude, the brown kind.
Just a russet?
Just rusted. Just the
Rusted.
one with a lot of GMO in it.
Sounds a little like John Ritter. And he took that
GMO?
quite far.
Yeah, it has to have a lot of GMO nonsense in it.
Look at this.
What the
Is it a dog? Yeah.
He is banned from my office. I've been trying to kick him out for 2 hours.
Yeah, he's really listening.
I shampooed I fixed my carpet cleaner. So I did the rugs and I did the couch. So the couch is a little wet, a little damp. So Princess Dexter would never be caught sitting on a damp couch, even though he has fucking 3 trees, There's dog pet beds all over the house, but
Mm.
Oh, I wanted
just
to
clean
ask
myself in
Stephanie.
your office.
Stephanie, did you ever
You're a
meet
funny,
Lavender
nerdy
Lady?
spud with a bow tie.
Yes.
You did. You did know her.
Yep.
That was really sad
Yeah.
to hear this week.
Very sad.
Oh,
yeah.
Diana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Diana. Yeah.
Moment of silence.
Yeah. She
Our friend.
yeah, she fought for a long time with her
She did.
with her old diabetes and the issues.
She
I
was.
followed her.
Yeah, we did. We had a little tribute on Purple's channel over on the transpositions. We said a few words about Diana.
I was
followed her.
supposed
She was
to
really
be-
something. She was quite something. She was just
Oh,
a unique individual.
do you guys remember Ethan Lawless that we had on the show? This TikToker that I had on the show a little while back.
What was the name?
Rings a
Long
bell.
while back.
Ethan Lawless, long-haired dude, goatee. He was on here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
He
do.
also, you remember him? He
I do
just
remember.
passed away as well.
Damn.
Oh, did he?
Really?
He was young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
45, 50?
I think. He was younger than me. I think he was about 6 years younger than me, to be honest.
Jeez.
Like that.
Man.
Yeah, another guy I
I,
had on the show posted a TikToks talking about that. So I was like, I didn't hear about it, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, really, Ethan? Because
Yeah.
Ethan kept getting his channel shut down on TikTok because he's a pretty controversial guy. But he would keep adding me every time he come back, and he just
Mhm.
did it like literally 4 days ago. Another one of his accounts popped up, so I followed, and he was in the hospital at the time. I didn't know it, but he'd been battling his whole cancer issue, and that was it.
Shit.
It's
Yeah.
rare to meet people on Twitter that live close to you. And I met a gal named Kim who lived in Naperville, which is pretty darn close. And she and I became friends, and we would chat on Google Chat. I just got a message from her 5 days ago saying, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It was good to know you. I've been messaging her every day since. I hope she responds.
Yeah.
If she's close, have you been to check on
I
her?
don't have a vehicle. I used to. Since the
They have
divorce. I
buses and Uber and all kinds of stuff.
don't. Yeah, I'm disabled waiting for money. I mean,
You can do what
I'm a
you
bum.
can.
yeah,
You could-
I email messaged the hell out of her and
Yeah.
tried to reach out to her on Twitter and Google Chat. I also thought about getting the authorities involved, but anyway, don't want to bring the
It's an
channel
idea.
down.
No, it's an
I think
idea.
it's important for all of us. I mean, even though we're all kind of a little bit snarky and we're a little bit sarcastic, if your friends reach out and want to check on you, be honest with them. If you need to let some things out, just let it out. We'll all be okay. Everything's a little shitty right now. So
Yeah,
Just
we'll all be okay until we're
just
dead.
just hold
Add-
on.
Add the
Sorry.
really hot summer, and yeah, this is going to be this.
Yeah, but a lot of people are in a lot of pain, and
Yeah,
we got to support each other. through
Yeah.
all
Friendship
things.
is really understated nowadays.
Right.
Like there was a conversation I had with an individual, and when I was done with that conversation, and I felt really, really bad about it. So I called another one of my friends. You may have heard of him. His name is Astronomy Live. A really, really good dude. And I think to myself, where would I be without this guy? And after having a conversation with them about the chat I just had with the other individual, he calmed me down and was like, no, here's what's going on and stuff like that. And after the conversation, everything was clear and I felt really, really good again. And that's what friends do. So I immediately called the other guy back and go, hey, listen, about the conversation that we had, I want you to know that I take back everything I said. Actually go fuck yourself and never call me back again. And I instantly felt so much better. And
No,
I
I
was
feel
like,
double good.
yes, it was double good. So I got to tell a toxic POS to go themselves, and and my friends are there for me. And like that time, Mikey actually came down to Florida. And he's like, I know this really means a lot to you. I'll let you be the big spoon, and he let me be the big spoon.
I was really tired, and I had no energy to fight. You just can't. You can't let. You have to let them win summer, or else they won't play anymore.
I would insist on being the big fork.
Hey,
Quit forking around, Michael.
What's your forking language?
But all
Your forking language.
all joking aside, if you do check on your friends, you are a good person. Just FYI, you are a good person if you check up on your friends.
They'll be annoyed, but they'll get over it.
Welcome back.
You're their friend.
Yeah, it took a while. I had to mess with my settings, but I finally got on.
Hello.
You did it.
Speaking of checking in on my friends, I got to check in on his name just fell out of my head.
Yikes.
I hate it when that happens.
Randolph.
Yeah, especially saying
Don't do it, Mikey. Don't
not
do it,
Randolph.
Mikey.
Randolph. I've spoken with
Aaron.
Randolph recently.
Don't do it, Mike.
Not Aaron. Nick Suter.
Rupert.
We just gotta stop. Just gotta play nice.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of Nick, I guess.
So
I've known him
about
for quite some time.
About that.
about Tesla. You know that
about them Cybertrucks. By the way, Mikey, congratulations on your new Turbillion.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. When are you going to give me a ride?
Yesterday. Don't you remember?
No.
Wow. You take people out, and then this is how they repay you.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, this is what Mikey recently purchased, and yes, I do wish to partake in this thingamajig. Yes.
A full screen.
Whoa.
He decided to buy this without inviting me, probably, maybe, or I was drugged.
What the hell is that thing?
It's almost a bat car.
It's
a
Bugatti, and besides
Okay.
being incredibly fast and powerful, I think it has like 1,500 horsepower, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Holy shit.
If you do
Yeah.
the second key, yeah.
Yeah, so basically it comes with two keys. The first key activates, I think, 700 of it, and then if you use the other key, you get the full 1,500, top speed of over 250 miles an hour.
So it takes two keys.
Takes two keys, yes.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
There's a. Are
Yeah,
you
two
sure you
keys
want
once, but I'm not talking about cars.
well, you give it to your
Yes,
son. You give him the one key.
Mikey
It's,
got a bukkake.
that's
That's
insane.
true.
That is not.
Bukkake.
That's, no. Mike did not.
You let your kid take it to
Now-
prom. You
Well, that's
understand?
what Maya says.
Now
She
when-
knows.
now-
She knows.
Now, when someone says a sex act happened to someone else, I want everyone to keep the same energy. I want everybody to keep the same energy. Is all I'm saying.
Listen, Bugatti, Bukkake.
No, in the chat knows.
It sounds
Glass
like
houses and such. 'Cause
they
if
sound the
that's
same.
if that's the water balloons we're chucking around the room,
I don't know any. I mean, I know of them.
Oh, sure. It was water balloons. All right.
Listen, I
fine.
scared away.
Fine.
I scared away every single flat earther I've ever debated. Okay, ever since I took Jeranism's incoherent ramblings and shoved them so far up his ass, no one has ever wanted to debate me again. And it was like, well, that sucks. Apparently, I'm way too good at my job.
I'll pretend for a
No,
minute. The Earth's flat.
I
Cupcake.
consider that a blessing, actually. It's like, oh, good.
Yeah,
no
there
one
was,
wants to debate me again. That's
Well,
awesome.
now what we're doing is we're trying to get one guy to debate us, but I'm actually
What's it?
apprehensive about inviting this douchebag on.
Which, Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a true story. A little bit of a serious subject. So there is a county commission meeting or whatever that is in the same county that Cape Canaveral Air Force Station is in, as well as the Kennedy Space Center. There's one guy decides to go to this meeting to spew some conspiracy nonsense about how the astronauts from the Challenger disaster are still alive. And he,
oh my fucking word.
yeah, exactly. So he brought up 3 individuals that he believed, or he asserted, I should say, were the astronauts that were on the Space Shuttle Challenger that blew up. And not only is that a disgusting conspiracy, and I'll explain why in a moment, but it was incredibly easy to do a little bit of basic research to find pictures of the individuals that are asserted to be the astronauts from back in the 1980s. And you look at their pictures compared to the pictures of the actual astronauts, it is apparent to everyone with a functioning brainstem that they are not the same individuals. But what we decided to do, and by we I mean Astronomy Live, what we decided to do was take our bias out of the equation. So I recently uploaded a video, I think it's up to like 13,000 views right now, but we uploaded this video where we put the astronauts, the images of the astronauts through facial recognition software, which is technically against YouTube's TOS, but fuck it, I was going to go for it anyway. And when we eliminated our personal bias from the equation and we ran the facial recognition software, it was able to correctly pick out the pictures of astronauts in multiple photos. And then when we introduced their doppelgangers into the lineup, it was able to correctly exclude those images. So it's clear to the facial recognition software that they are not the same individuals. Not only that, but we were actually able to pick. We were actually able to find 2 of their published history, their work history, because 2 of them are academics. One of them is a CEO of a farm, I believe. Now, the first 2 that we found, which were academics, they have an established history of publishing papers and stuff like that. So we could really define their history. We can show that they are not the same individuals. They have their own lives doing separate things. But we did not have any of those gotcha moments with the CEO that is asserted to be the astronaut. Except for one thing. We found the dude's LinkedIn, and it revealed something rather interesting, because one of the astronauts on the Challenger disaster has a face that has a little bit of asymmetry to it. And the individual that they found who was the CEO also has that same type of asymmetry. And when we looked at his LinkedIn photo, we saw that the feature that is asymmetric between the 2 sides of his face was actually on the opposite side. So what the conspiracy nuts did is that they took his image and they flipped it. They mirrored the image to make it look more like the astronaut, so they could.
There you go, more conspiracy nuts.
Or the AI that you used has been infiltrated by NASA, and they made it.
That's right.
Those pictures.
Yeah, it was
Clearly, it was connected to the internet, I assume, and that's how they got in and fudged your
See,
results.
this is why I haven't been to Florida since 2019. It's because of Florida Man.
It's all
Florida
doppelganger.
Man has multiplied. And I'm more afraid of Florida Man than I am of Bigfoot. I'll be honest.
Yeah. So what we did was we asked a flat earther by name of Witsit. You probably heard of him. He is he is a certified moron. So this guy who has his
certified.
head perpetually up
First
his
of all,
ass.
if he asserted that he was certified for anything, I wouldn't believe him.
Wouldn't believe him.
Exactly. So basically, he's such a
By
loser.
whom?
He couldn't even win a loser competition. But with him, we asked him to come onto our show, and he's like, okay, well, I'll come on your show, and I'm going to throw you random pictures for your facial recognition software, and we're going to test them. Be like, challenge accepted, but you have to answer one question honestly, because Witsit was actually at that hearing. He was his emotional support animal. No, wait, that's That's Jeranism. No, Witsit is actually his emotional support pillow. My bad. So please accept my correction. His emotional support pillow was actually there recording on his behalf so they could post it to Rumble because YouTube's too good for them. So we were talking to Witsit on Twitter, and we invited him on, and we asked him one question. Okay, that picture of the CEO that you asserted was the astronaut, was that image flipped? Did you or did you not flip that image to make it look more like the astronaut? You answer that question honestly, you can come on the show. We'll have a conversation about this, and we'll do it on your terms. And he couldn't answer the question. It was crickets. No reply, nothing. Go figure. And then when I retweeted the video that we had made, what the dude's name is Justin, if I remember correctly. Justin immediately blocked me on Twitter.
Oh, wow.
Didn't even try to debunk our video. Didn't even try to debunk the facial recognition software, which eliminates all bias from the equation. So I'm trying to get this dude to agree to a debate, and I can't figure out why he would refuse.
Maybe because he just
Pussy.
It's
would
a
rather
mystery to me.
spread the bullshit than encounter being corrected by anybody.
I just love it when they debunk themselves live on
Oh, so
streams
I've
and
had a couple of really spectacular things like that. Oh, this study. You said this study says what? Well, let's read the study. And but it says the exact opposite of what you're claiming it says.
What was great about the that little bit of exchange is that it shows for a fact that these flat earthers have absolutely no confidence in their position. They're more than happy to go to a commissioner's meeting, whatever it is, and talk to individuals that don't partake on this side of the internet. They don't know the flavor of bullshit that flat earthers are known for spewing. But for a guy like me who's been doing it for damn near 10 years, it's like I know what bullshit you're about to spew, and I know what work has and has not been done in order to address that bullshit. I also know what we did to address your bullshit, and I can present that to you. And if your immediate response is to block me, it's clear that I'm onto something and that I got you. Oh, it's gonna be.
They can hide from it, right?
It's gonna be awesome.
They don't want you being able to disprove them even more in public.
Because
so they gotta block you.
Immediately compromised at that point. And
Yeah, exactly.
this goes on to like Jeranism. When I initially debated him, the thing that he got slammed for the most was a quote that he did when he said to me, "I don't have a model that works." And the whole point of the debate was which model best comports with reality. That's how we.
Oh, fuck, I saw that one.
Yeah, that's how we phrase the debate. That's how we phrase their run of question. I'm going to demonstrate to you that my model is the best model that represents reality. You need to do the same for yours. And halfway through, after rambling for so long, like it's clear this dude wants to be a preacher. You know, all he's missing is a robe and a funny hat. He came up halfway through to say, I don't have a model that works.
Right. Never do.
And so you got to think to yourself, okay, then why are you supporting this demonstrably false idea? And he says, because it's the truth, it just has a few holes in it.
I have a question.
Truth doesn't have holes in it.
I have a question for you, Reds. What do you think is actually more delusional or less epistemologically sound? Believing that you're talking to a superior being or believing the earth is flat? And I know they're connected, but if you had to pick one or the other, which one is crazier?
Well,
yeah, well, you're absolutely right. They actually are connected.
Sure.
Now, as far as the religious versus the flat Earth thing, I would actually say it's more illogical to believe that the Earth is flat, and I'll tell you why. Yeah. With a superior being, you can have experiences. You can have that tingle that goes up your spine, and we can argue about what the cause of that tingle is, but it is there. It's something that people do experience, and people have reported like an emotional roller coaster when they believe that they're truly talking to their Lord and Savior. That part is true. Now, whether or not they can properly convey that to another person, or whether or not they can actually prove that that feeling is real, that's a different story. But they are having those experiences. When it comes to flat Earth, though, that is a question of geometry. That is not subjective.
It's not something that's demonstrable.
That is something that's demonstrable. There is no special tingle for trigonometry. There is no sine, cosine, tangent that you decipher through a special tingle. That's not how that works. And so I would say that it is more delusional to believe that the Earth is flat than it is to believe that there is a supreme being out there that we would define as a god.
I might have gone the other way.
Right.
But
It's a difference between an assertion of fact that can be measured and one that can't. You can't measure God. You can, and everyone does. Most humans have moments of a perception of the ineffable. It's like, oh my God, a beautiful morning, a beautiful, being out in the middle of the ocean in the middle of the night, and there's phosphorescence in the sea, and there's stars all above, and you just sit there, just gawk-eyed. It's like, holy shit, this is gorgeous.
Exactly.
That feeling is there in anybody who's ever, any human being ever born. And human beings
demonstrable too. We can show you what parts of the brains light up.
Nature also.
Human beings invent stories to explain that. So it's and out of that experience comes a god, or comes this or that, or comes
some mythological
physics.
being. Yes,
exactly.
So,
that is 110% correct, and that's what I'm talking about. And so, for people that have those experiences, that's one thing. But to deny something that you can measure with a freaking protractor that you got at the dollar store.
Right.
And sometimes
you don't even need a
stick.
Sometimes you got to check yourself, okay? Remember Pat Robertson that passed away, right? Everybody's favorite, right? At the 700 Club. Right. He once famously told Ken Ham, "You're making us sound silly." Okay. Now Ken Ham has said, "You flat earthers are making us look silly." Okay. So at these points, you have to say, wait a minute, this person, right, is then you have to realize that's when you have to check yourself, right? When Ken Ham is telling you that you're making us look silly, you might have gone a little too far, right? I mean, just consider it. Just consider it.
They and this is where, there is a bit of overlap, because a lot of flat earthers out there, they don't believe flat earth because they actually looked into it or made measurements or anything like that. The reason why they believe flat earth is because they believe that that's the shape that God made earth because Bible said so. It's an interpretation thing. They talk about four corners, or they talk about earth being on pillars, and therefore what else is on pillars? I guess a table, and they just get flat from this. And so they believe it for purely religious reasons, and that's why you get these flat earthers that believe in domes and now personal atmospheric domes. And
what is that? How can you be a special race that God created?
Or everyone's got their own sun, or everyone's got their own moon.
Everyone has their own sun. Everyone has their own moon. And what's funny about this whole idea is that, in a way, it's actually, let's assume for a second that God is real. Let's assume for a second that God is real, just for the sake of argument. They are actually believing in a version of reality that is very insulting to God. Very insulting. And the reason why I say that is because what would better demonstrate God's immense power, making a dinner plate with a salad bowl on top of it and calling it a day, saying that's reality, good luck with that, or making an infinite universe that we're still trying to figure out with black holes, supernovas, quasars, and all of these powerhouse examples of you are nothing compared to the shit that I made with a snap of my fingers. Fear me
Right,
and
right.
obey,
You know-
you whores.
I think you're absolutely right there. I
like
think
being
that
whole,
you know,
actually.
the wonder of the universe is the thing that inspires people to believe in something supernatural.
Yeah.
You're far more able to invent some kind of cockamamie story about why you have these feelings if you don't probe. But you still are sitting there with if you with immense curiosity to figure out why. And a lot of religious folk who are involved in science, that's a motivation for them to read to read the hand of God in the structure of the universe.
Yep. And
You
one
know,
thing that,
it's just a weird it's a weird little trick.
and
I say skip the whole goddamn thing because there ain't no God.
Real
You know,
scientists don't start with the answer.
right.
Yeah,
Don't
and
start with the
so-
answer.
I usually argue from a religious aspect because that's how I can reach these guys. And I say, listen, I don't go to any text to understand God's creation. What I do is I go to God's creation in the first place. That's why I bought a giant telescope, and it's going to tell me what's up. Because guess what? God gave me a brain and gave me some pretty sweet optics. And I plan on merging the two in a way, and I see where I'm going with this. And so I say, if I wanted to learn about God's creation, I'm not going to go to a book written by people that had sand up their ass crack. I'm actually going to, use my own equipment, use my own telescope, and I'm going to do some investigations on my own. And that's how we were able to post a video. It was a pain in the ass to make, but we posted our video 11 months ago about how to measure the distance to the sun. And I'm like, anyone could do that. Anyone could actually do it. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but this is me reading God's creation from God's creation. And which means that I'm actually representing it correctly while you're shitting on the guy, misrepresenting his creation. You're saying he made a land tortilla and decided to say, yep, that's reality. When in reality, it's a lot more awesome than that. Every single smudge, dot, and speck in the sky is a star with planets and awesome badassery that you can't even begin to fathom. And you think that you have understood God's creation to shrink it down so much to make it 0.0000005% of what it actually is. If I was God, I would be pissed. There's no you know how some sins are unforgivable? That would be an unforgivable sin.
I thought every single dot up there was its own galaxy.
Well, you got stars and a few galaxies out there, but yes, it's basically the universe is massive, and they're shrinking it with their interpretation of reality. And if I was God, I'd be pissed off at that. Here I am doing a Batista body slam on reality.
Look, I took a whole 7 days to put this shit together for you fuckers, and you're just simply just throwing it out the window. You're not even taking a minute to figure out what's actually going on. Screw you, people.
I did a Batista body slam, and you're comparing it to Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Like, what the hell, dude?
Hey, Rock'em Sock'em Robots were awesome back in the day, man.
They were awesome, but I'm sorry, Batista would win.
You can still get them. They actually remade them. I think they relaunched them.
They
They're coming back.
The original red and blue, so Republicans versus Democrats.
Yes.
Yeah, I had them, and my son had one too. So yeah, they brought it back around.
Rock'em Robots.
I do want to thank you again, Dave, for being on the show tonight. Usually, guys, we keep these to about an hour and a half, these after parties, because I get up really early on Sundays and take my mom out for breakfast because that's what a good son does.
I understand. I'll be heading off too.
Yeah, thank Reds. Great to meet you virtually. I've been kind of a fan of your channel for a long time. So actually having you in here is pretty cool, man. So thanks for jumping in with us.
No problem.
Of course,
and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for having such poor standards.
Oh well, you're very welcome. I'm down there too, so I feel exactly what you mean. Next week, actually, guys, Reds is going to be the guest of on the show. So, and then the following week, we're going to do another Lego stream where I'll build something else really cool, like what I showed you earlier. I did the space. I bought all the Lego space stuff because that's what I really collected, and the castle stuff when I was a kid, right? So I had to have them again. Anyway, I don't know what happened to Mikey, so I guess I'm doing his job. Let's see what we
He's
got
gone.
here.
Oh,
All right, so
sorry.
thanks to everyone in the chat for hanging out with us over here on YouTube, and not here because we're not really on YouTube. It's just we're on YouTube and Twitch. So thanks for hanging with us. Appreciate you guys for everything you do for the show. Again, yes, our patrons and our members. We're seriously, as it says there, we're nothing without you guys. We couldn't do this without you. So thank you for all you do for the show. If you're interested, you like what we do, and you're interested, and you want to help out the show, there are ways to do so, and it's linked in the description box below. If you missed the interview with this fella right here, it's also linked in the description box below, and that's where you can find all of his links as well. Yeah, and until then, guys, like I always say, at the end of the after parties, like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
See ya.
You bagged another killer episode.